I agree, because like especially us going into like our freshman year of high school, like that's a big deal, and that's when you like find your clique, you make your new connections. But we had no opportunity to do that. And other than like our technical areas, like which is how we all met each other. But like when you're online, like no one speaks. It's just the teacher. Like you weren't friends with anyone really. It was just by yourself. But I wouldn't say that was my biggest struggle. My biggest struggle was probably just staying motivated, because naturally I'm a overachiever. Like I like to stay on top of things. But then like when it was virtual learning, it was just get my assignments done and then sleep for the rest of the class. It was just no motivation to do anything more than just the bare minimum.
That's really interesting, because that's something that a lot of people don't talk about. And just you saying that, where, it's like you do you go to school, but like you're kind of physically there, but not mentally there. If I'm interpreting that correctly, like it's like this lack of motivation. Was it because you're not physically there? Or like, can you go into more detail?
Definitely. It was definitely because I wasn't physically there, because it just didn't feel like it mattered. Like I wasn't working towards a goal anymore. Like it was just keep my grade up, turn in your assignments. That's it. Because everything was different. The grading policy was different. Having no homework was different. Like trying to impress my teachers or peers. Like I didn't care about that because I wasn't going to meet them anyway. And like doing like extracurricular activities like sports, clubs, like it didn't matter because it was going to be different. I knew it would be different, and I knew I wouldn't probably enjoy it as much. So I was just like, get the assignment done, show up to class, mark their attendance, and then just do whatever. Like, it didn't matter.
That was definitely me. And I feel like it was no motivation. And also like with it was just like being at home alone, definitely, like, because I'm on like online, so it's like I don't have anybody to talk to, and like we're not talking to the class, so it's like that's when my depression kind of took over, because it's like, well, first off, I'm alone, then I start overthinking, then I get inside my head, and then I have no motivation. So it's like all kind of like a whole entire thing, like a domino effect. And I feel like just being virtual caused like many things to happen.
Yeah. That's crazy. Like, yeah.
I feel like I also like either slept like either way too much or like not nearly enough. Because like on weekends I'd be like, oh, I don't have to wake up to check in for class tomorrow morning, so I'm just gonna stay up all night doing whatever I want. But then like during the school week, I would like check into class and like say here for attendance. And like at the beginning of class, maybe I answer a question or something, so the teacher thought I was there. And then I do all my work within like 10 or 15 minutes and then just sleep.
Yeah. That's what I would do that all the time too.
Yeah, like, definitely. Virtual learning wasn't like learning. It wasn't like learning is supposed to be like a contribution experience. Like you're supposed to be like engaged in the class, but it was nothing like that.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
Yeah, it was like nothing to look forward to. Like I sit next to McKenna in English, so it's like I'll be able to talk to McKenna in English next period. But but like virtual school, it's like, oh, I get to sit alone for another 2 hours.
Right.
Yeah, that's like exactly how it was. Like I could clearly remember like going into a Monday on virtual school, like it was, I would literally cry. Like I couldn't do it anymore. Like sitting at a desk for literally 8 hours, getting a headache, staring at the computer screen. It was depressing and sad. Like it was no fun. It was so bad.
Yeah. And also like to add on to that, like with the whole virtual learning thing, is like everybody struggled. Everybody has mental health, but not everybody has like a mental illness. But even people that don't have a mental illness, everybody struggled. And see, like I feel like everybody knows everybody's struggle. But the thing that I really hate is that during like the whole entire pandemic, that's when like my depression got really bad. So that's when I needed to get help, right? Well, I felt like a lot of the people that I would go to talk to would be like, oh, well, this pandemic has been really hard for everybody. And that made me feel really bad because like you're invalidating my feelings. Like I know it got worse during the pandemic, but it was still there before and it's still here after. And it's feel like everybody struggled, but it's also different. Everybody struggled differently.
That's okay. That's a point, Alina. And like what I want to say from my perspective as a public speaker and an author, and I've been